Good morning, everyone. Myself Muralidhar Reddy. In this video, we are going to discussing about how to integrate Nexus in Maven. Okay, using Maven, okay, we can store from our jar or worker from local to remote repository. That is called as a Nexus. We can store. How we can do? Let's see the demo. Okay. First thing is we should be required Java is installed and also Maven is installed and Nexus also installed. If you remember, when we are doing Maven concept, we have created Java project. Okay, I'm using this project only to configure that Nexus. Okay, next one I have installed Nexus as well. Nexus also is up and running here. I logged in with admin user. Now we can integrate. Okay, if you want to integrate Nexus in Maven, first we need to define inside the pom.xml distribution management. Example, if I'm showing here Maven server. Now what I'm using now, mvn deploy. What is the use of deploy command? It will be stored from our local jar file or var file to the Nexus repository or JFrog based on we are configured. Currently we haven't anything configured, right? That is the reason it is failing and it is throwing error like was not specified in the POM inside the distribution management. Inside the distribution management, we have to configure either Nexus or JFrog Artifactory details, snapshot and release URL. In this case, we are going to configure Nexus, right? Inside the distribution management, we have to configure Nexus snapshot and Nexus release. Repository is nothing but release URL. Okay. Inside the snapshot repository, we have to define ID. This ID will be used in authentication purpose inside the setting.xml. ID is unique ID. I'm giving Nexus-snapshot ID name. Okay. And we have to provide the URL. Which URL we need to provide? Snapshot URL. I'm going to Nexus. Here we go to the settings. Go to the repositories. Here we have a snapshot, right? Click the snapshot. Now you got this URL, right? Copy this URL. You can replace here. Okay. I'm replacing here. Next one. What about repository is nothing but release repository. Okay. In this particular release repository ID and URL. ID I'm giving the Nexus-release. And what about URL? URL, go to here repositories. I'm using default one. Okay, when we install Nexus, it will be create a snapshot release, right? I'm taking default one. If you want, you can take a customized one also, your wish. Okay, Maven release. Just copy this URL. Next one, replace here. And might be you will get doubt what is the major difference between snapshot and release. Snapshot is nothing but, for example, developer is working on one of the feature. Still, he's working on his testing in dev environment. If that is the case, we will be create the snapshot. Once the particular feature is completed, they want to deploy in production or some other environments, then we will be create the release. Okay, in this particular release, we will be push that particular versions in release repository. Okay, instead of snapshot. That is the major difference. I'm going to copy this one. I hope understand that. This particular distribution management, we can declare inside the pom.xml. Here also throwing error was not specified in the POM inside the distribution management element. Okay, I'm taking this copy and we have already Maven project, right? Open this Maven project here. LL command, open the pom.xml. Okay, here you can declare anywhere inside project tag. Inside project element, you can declare anywhere your wish. I'm declaring down, paste. Now it is pasted. If you observe here, ID and snapshot URL, ID and the release URL. Okay. Now save this. Now what I'm doing now, I'm using mvn deploy. What is the use of mvn deploy? It will be pushed from our jar file to the remote repository. In our case is Nexus. Okay. Mvn deploy. If you enter mvn deploy, what will happen? Now, earlier we got error related to we haven't declared inside the pom.xml, but now we are getting the error. The build is failing because of we are getting 401 authentication. The reason, just we have configured Nexus configuration inside the distribution management, but we haven't configured the credentials, right? We have to configure where we need to configure. We need to configure the particular Nexus credentials inside the settings.xml. Where the settings.xml is available? We have two ways, right? One is global settings. Second one is user level. In our case, I'm using global level. Global level means I have already installed Maven in OPT directory. Go to this Maven directory. Sorry. And here you can go to bin direct, config directory. Inside the config directory, we have a setting.xml, right? Inside the setting.xml, okay, come down server stack, servers element. Where is that servers element? Go up little bit. Yeah, here if you observe, we have a servers element, right? Inside the element, we have to configure, declare the Nexus username password. Okay. Now what I'm doing here, inside the servers tag, we have to declare server step by step. Okay. Here, this is the one server. Okay, this is the one server details, so I'm declaring. If you observe here, this server ID I'm giving Nexus IP snapshot. Where we define this ID? We define ID here, right? This ID should be matched. If you not match this particular snapshot ID, this particular ID, what will happen? It won't take this username password of that particular Nexus. It won't be matched. It will be throw like 401 authentication. Authentication error will be throw. That is the reason ID should be matched. This ID and this ID should be matched. This is the snapshot. Okay, what about release? Release also we are declaring. This is the ID. Username is admin, password is admin. These two details is a Nexus related username password. Okay. As I said, like when I created a Nexus, I have given username admin, password admin, right? I'm defining same only. I'm copying both. Go to here, go to servers tag inside the servers element. Yeah, enter. Now you can give the right click and paste. Now I have pasted that. This is the snapshot details, authentication details. This server tag is related to release. Remember, this inside the server tag, we have to we can declare multiple server tag. Inside the server tag, we can declare multiple server tag. Okay. Now we can save this one. Fine. Now go to the Java project. Inside that the root directory, we have a Java project. Okay. Now I'm using MVN deploy. Let's see. If you observe here, when you give the MVN deploy, it will be authenticate to that particular Nexus. It will be pushed to the particular jar file and pom.xml. If you observe here it is uploaded. Okay, it is uploaded to the particular jar file is uploaded to this particular URL. Copy this URL. Just I'm going to here. Just enter. If you observe here, when I hit the enter, it is downloaded. The reason is it is uploaded to Nexus. Okay, I don't want. I'm removing this until var file, jar file. Now you can see here there are two ways to able to see that particular jar files and pem files, everything inside Nexus, whatever is stored. Okay, one is browse. Browse means it will be browse inside Nexus only. You can able to be like three. We are using 3, right? Same thing you can able to use this one. Okay. Second one is you can see the HTML view. HTML view means you can see what we given that group ID. Group ID is com.techoral with Murli, right? Com techoral with Murli. What is the artifact name? Java project. What is the snapshot? One iPhone snapshot, right? Inside first time we built, right? That is the reason iPhone 1. Just give jar file is pushed. Okay, everything we push, right? What is that? How can push? I mean, store our artifacts to the Nexus using MVN deploy, and we have configured Nexus details inside the pom.xml distribution management, the particular snapshot and release. Okay, what is that? Inside it will be uploaded jar file, and also it is uploaded pem file, pom file also. If you observe, okay, it is uploaded metadata also. Everything it is uploaded. Okay, now now you are seeing this build is success. What I'm doing now, I'm going to OPT directly Maven config directory inside setting.xml, right? I'm opening this setting.xml. What I'm giving here, this ID I'm giving wrong. What will happen? Let's see. We given snapshots, right? I'm removing that yes. Okay. Next is iPhone snapshot. Okay. Now you can save it. Now go to root directory and go to Java project. Now we can run it here. MVN deploy. Now what will happen? As I said, like both IDs should be matched. Then only that particular credentials will be pick up. But I have given wrong ID. So if we observe here, now we are getting 401 authentication. The reason is inside the setting.xml, that particular ID I given wrong. Okay, inside the pom.xml ID and the particular setting.xml ID, both should be matched. Then only that particular credentials will be pick up. But I have removed that particular ID. Okay, one more thing here. we are doing command line. That is the reason we are declaring inside the setting.xml. But when you use the Jenkins, we don't want to define that credentials inside the setting.xml. That is optional. We can directly integrate in Jenkins only the all the credentials information instead of declaring inside the setting.xml. Okay. I hope understand that. Any question? If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I will try to respond as soon as possible. Thanks for watching this video. We will see you next video.